Do you want me to introduce everybody or what?
We'll just introduce ourselves in that order.
All right.
I've got to go last because I don't want to shadow you guys.
This is very true. You are a fat ass. Hey everybody, this is Big Ant. I just wanted to welcome you guys to our second recording now of the B.A.D. Sausage Party Gaming Podcast thing. And of course I'm joined by my co-host here.
Death Vanquished.
that was seriously the
dramatic pause.
Thank God we went over that.
Dude, I'm fighting necromorphs, so I'm Death Vanquished and I'm fighting necromorphs.
And I'm Biomonkey and I'm trying to decide what to play right now. And we're gonna have a guest star.
I'm Kona and I'm streaming Extreme Soul Solitaire.
Solitaire.
Extreme Solitaire. Sunday.
I'm telling you, I really do want to start a Tetris stream. I'm telling you, that would be really popular.
We can do Team Tetris. What do you think?
I think that would be the shit.
You know,
I mean, we could have the Tetris streaming market cornered.
You know how many women would be on your dick if you streamed Tetris?
We'd be beating them off with a stick, dude. Well, we got a couple things that I actually wanted us to talk about tonight. I want to talk about L.A. Noire and how I'm playing that right now, and to be honest, I'm not really that impressed with it, so go ahead and flame me now. I also wanted to talk about how Carmine's fate has been revealed in the new Gears of War 3 game, so spoiler alert in case some of you don't already know, like Kona, who's just completely out of the loop. Yeah. I wanted to talk, too, about the Modern Warfare 3 leak, and really, does anybody even care? Oh, my bad. And there's a really cool game type in the new Fear 3 game coming out called Fucking Run, and it actually looks fucking awesome.
It's really called Fucking Run?
That is really what it's called. No joke.
That's
the
awesome.
play type is actually called Fucking Run, and it involves you fucking running.
Somebody needs to congratulate whoever came up with that over there at Warner Brothers Games, because that's awesome.
That is pretty damn cool. So let's talk about
I'm so involved with this Extreme Solitaire that it's killing me.
It's mind numbing, really, when you think about it. So, like I was saying, I'm currently playing L.A. Noire, and to be honest, I'm really not that thrilled with it. And go ahead and flame me now, that's fine. But it's funny because when I mention online that I'm kind of bored with the game, people instantly are like, oh, well, it's because you bought it thinking that it was going to be another Grand Theft Auto. And it's like, no, actually I didn't. I knew full well ahead of time that this was a very linear game, so I wasn't expecting it to be Grand Theft Auto. I just wasn't expecting it to be so boring and monotonous in the fact that it's just the same thing being done over and over and over again. And it's pretty much you're playing the game and here's a crime. You go there, you search for clues, you find clues, you ask the witnesses questions, and then you arrest somebody. And it's just that same thing just over and over and over and over again. And it's kind of like, it's just very monotonous, really,
Time to enjoy the actual open world. You have no time to do anything.
You really, well, you do, you do have time if you want to, avoid the mission.
Well, there's no in between missions. There's no,
correct.
Yeah, like you said, once you finish a mission, the next mission starts. There's no in between.
Now, didn't you say that there was something on Twitter, I think I saw you post, that after you beat the game, you can go to this open world area section?
Well, yeah, I guess at any point in time during the game too, you can just go into free roam and go exploring and things like that, and actually go and that's nice too because you can actually redo the cases again, re-interview everyone, try to do better than you did before. I'm horrible at it. The best I've gotten so far is 3 stars. But you know what? I blame a lot of that on the game too, in the simple fact that I think that the doubt button is just horribly broken in this game. Because it's hysterical because it's I don't know how else to approach a situation where, I'm interviewing a witness and I flat out can tell that the witness is lying to me. So I'm not going to pick truth because I know they're lying, but at the same time too, I can't pick the lie button because I don't have any evidence to just come right out and be like, boom, busted, bitch. So I'm left with just picking doubt. It's okay, you know what? I'll pick doubt. Dude, he flies off the fucking handle. When you pick doubt, it's just whoa, dude, that is not what I wanted you to do. Like when I picked out, I expect him to just be like, be calm about it and
nonchalant.
be like, yeah, and be like, are you sure there's not something more you want to tell me, or I have a feeling you're leaving something out, something along those lines. I mean, he just flies right off the handles, be like, I know you know something you're not telling me. It's like, whoa, it's kind of like to the point to where it's like, well, how's that any fucking different than picking the lie button?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just flat out just yelling at these people.
Like, I don't want to Detective Elliot from fucking Special Victims Unit. I want to be cool.
It's ridiculous, It's absolutely just hysterical, really, when you think about it. And it's funny, too, because like I said, he just will instantly fly off the handle at these people, and then, the whole case is blown for me, and then it's like, well, that's not how it's like, it's not fair that I'm not going to get 5 stars on this now, and you're going to consider that the wrong choice, because it's like, it's not my fault you don't know how to fucking talk to people.
Well, obviously, that's how Australians doubt people, okay?
It was absolutely hysterical, and it's just the same thing over again.
First off, all I gotta say is this is a Australian-friendly stream and podcast. Canadians are on their own, but as for Australians, we are friendly to Australians. So that's all I'm saying.
Do you have an Australian friend that? Oh yeah. Now, Conan, I gotta ask you something, and I posted a rage comic about it in your stream. So why do you stream when you're on a phone call?
Why do I what now?
Why do you mute your entire stream when you're in a phone call now?
Oh, but you know why? Because Wirecast. Oh, look at that! I won. Look at that! Look at the Extreme Solitaire.
Extreme Solitaire win.
Stream. Sorry.
Yeah. Why do you mute the game audio and your voice?
Because it's all connected, so it's just easier to click one button instead of going in and having to fix a bunch of settings. I've got 12 viewers watching me play Extreme Solitaire.
Which I still don't understand why a $400...
Speaking of streaming, what do you guys think of when Rockstar was banning everyone from streaming LA Noire?
Cut you off. I'm gonna cut you off. I agree. You want to know why I agree?
Why?
Most people stream multiplayer games. There's no story. Okay? And Rockstar's games, the majority of their gameplay is story-driven, so in order to see that story, you need to buy the game and play it. There is no reason for you to watch someone else play the game, because once the story is kind of divulged to you, there's no point in playing the damn thing. So I agreed with Rockstar putting a cease and desist on anybody streaming the game. It was supposed to go until Friday. Justin TV actually talked them out of banning people for streaming it because they knew, obviously they knew the draw. So it was a 2-day ban, and then they were allowed to stream it. But I agree with it 100%. And being a streamer, that comes with a lot of weight because I do stream.
There would be, since streaming is so mainstream now, I wish there was a better way for JTV or other stream or other developers to get that to all the streamers, not just the big streamers.
Well, no, and I agree with that too. And you know me, I'm all for. I want to see more people streaming, and it needs to be open up to the masses. But on the same, on the same side of the thing, to tell you the truth, what we do is illegal. If you look at any terms of service with any of these games, streaming their game is illegal. The only reason they don't do anything about it is because it's free promotion for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Any of these companies can come down and say, you are not allowed to stream our game, and if you do, we're suing you.
True.
They can do that. It's their right, So people bitching and complaining, I'm not going to name any names, but saying, JTV needs to lighten up, or they need to fix this for me. Hey, you know what, dipshit? You're doing something illegal. You're lucky you're allowed to do it. That's all I'm going to say about it.
This is true. Yeah, this is very true. And it was surprising too because there have been so many other games that come out that are story based that have been it hasn't been an issue for. When Mass Effect 3 comes out, I mean, let's be honest, that is a very story driven game. Do you think if and when Mass Effect 3 comes out, do you think they're going to freak out and try to ban that from being streamed as well, or do you think this was kind of Rockstar grabbing an easy way of catching some more publicity along the way?
Well, what's interesting is if I wasn't friends with Kona, I wouldn't have known about this. So it's not like it was a really big.
Well, I saw I saw a lot of it on Twitter. I saw a lot of people on Twitter mentioning that. Actually, it was funny because some people were even mentioning that if you just go watch someone play it, that you could get in trouble. I'm like, okay, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
How the hell are they going to figure that out? I mean,
yeah,
really?
Exactly. It was just that paranoia bandwagon everyone hopping on. Well, obviously it's the internet, so that tells you right there.
Well, then you can be pretty stupid, I guess.
Exactly.
Kinda
So,
like Bio's mom.
yeah, exactly. I like Bio's mom. But as far as LA Noire goes, like I said, it's funny because, a lot of people are bashing me online because the best way for me to describe LA Noire is I've been calling it Ace Attorney for adults. Because
No, you're not the only person I've heard say that.
It really? Oh, well, that disappoints me because I thought I was the first person to come up with that. I thought it was kind of catchy.
Well, you may have been the first person, but I've heard many
right.
people. Oh man, I just lost this round. I can't find. Oh, there we go.
You suck.
You suck. Yeah, you're not the. Yeah, I mean, I've heard other people say that, and I was like, yeah, there's a reason why I didn't buy the damn game.
I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad game, but you have to go into it knowing that it is very slow paced. And it's all just a thinking game. And I mean, one cool thing is that you can actually put innocent people in jail. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool. I mean, I haven't done it yet, but I remember Rockstar saying that was a possibility in the game. And I do have a friend of mine that told me last night he thinks he may have put the wrong person in jail, and that person is facing execution. I was like, oh, great, way to go.
That's funny. Life. That's all I'm saying.
The funny thing is that same friend was so thankful when he found out that you weren't going to be reviewing the game.
Why is that?
He said you'd be unfair.
He likes it so much.
He said you'd be unfair to it. He was like,
see, but that's the thing. I'm not being unfair to the game. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying it's a bad game. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not at all saying it's a bad game. I don't mind it. I am enjoying it. But what I'm saying is I can only enjoy it in small bursts because it is so monotonous. It's just I'm doing the same thing over and over again. I'm going to the crime scene, searching for clues, asking questions, and then putting someone in jail. So
all I can say is welcome to Rockstar. That's why I don't play Rockstar games.
I loved Red Dead Redemption. I thought that was an absolute.
I totally forgot that was a.
And that was a great fucking game. What a good game!
I played a little bit of the campaign of that game. And I enjoyed it. It was cool. But again, you guys know that's not my kind of game, so I'm not going to stick with it. The multiplayer, I wanted to fall asleep. I was dude. Multiplayer in Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah. I just
we really enjoyed doing the co-op multiplayer. Which was a lot of fun actually.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. But I mean, overall, like I said, Rockstar doesn't usually make a bad game. They make pretty solid quality titles game after game.
Well, this isn't really a Rockstar game, though. It's Team Bondi. That's all.
True. And like I'm saying, I'm not saying it's a bad game. And even if I was reviewing it, I wouldn't come out and say that this was a bad game. But I would have to give people fair warning that it is a very slow-paced, monotonous thinking game would be the best way to describe it. Which is not a bad thing. It does give you the ability to shoot people in the face from time to time. But overall, it's like I said, it's very routine. Be forewarned that it is like
great.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as open ended as other Rockstar games.
Yeah,
it's definitely unique. So take that for what you will.
Well, all I can say about LA Noire is I can't wait for GTA 5 if they're going to use this face tracking.
The face tracking is amazing. Let me just come out and say that right now. It will change games forever. There is no doubt about that. I mean, what they have done with face tracking right now is just nothing short of absolutely amazing. And what blew me away was I was expecting to only see that in like the cutscenes and stuff. No, dude, every last character in the game has that facial tracking going on in real time. And I mean every last character, from every last dude walking down the street to every last guy you yank out of a car as you steal his car, has that
Commandeer.
That's right. I'm a cop now, so I'm commandeering the vehicle. Has that going on, and it blows me away how amazing looking it is. And you know what? I would love to be able to ask Rockstar just how many people they scanned for this game, because to be honest, so far I haven't seen the same face twice yet. And because it's on every last person in the game, I'm curious how many people they scanned for it.
You want me to find out for you?
Sure, if you could, that'd be awesome.
I can try. I'm sure I can come up with an answer for you.
Yeah, I mean, and that is a legitimate question. I really am curious how many different faces are in the game.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I haven't played the game. I don't plan on playing the game. I mean, again, you guys know the types of games I play, and this is one of them.
It does allow quick scoping. How's that?
Yeah. I can't noob tube from the spawn, so there's no point in me playing the damn game.
Kona is our local multiplayer guru.
Yeah, I prefer. The people on my stream obviously know that too, but
Competitive.
Yeah, the people,
Our competitive guru, really. You're our competitive guru.
Yeah, there is no competitive crime solving.
I'm moving into that realm a whole lot more lately than I've ever done. I'm doing
branching out a lot more. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'm doing a lot more work with MLG teams, which is really cool because the ones that I've met are so community driven that Team Fear last night, great people, love their community, do everything with them. Leverage and Team High and Mighty, same thing. They want to do so much to work with their community. So yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, that's obviously my forte.
But now the thing about the community, the competitive side is that, I saw how disappointed you were when you found out that the competitive playlist in Black Ops was still not available on the PlayStation Network.
Yeah, that destroyed me, dude. Because I'm so damn it, no more moves. That's 2 I lost in a row.
Wait, do people play on the PlayStation?
Yeah, I've been playing it, dude.
No way. Like games?
Wait a second, you can get online and play multiplayer?
You can play games on that thing? Holy shit, I had no
thought
idea.
it was a Blu-ray player.
I thought it was a Blu-ray player.
I thought it was just a Blu-ray player with a horribly shaped remote. Speaking of competitive games, the Gears of War 3 beta ended, as you probably already know, but I did want to touch on the fact that we do know Carmine's fate now. Kona doesn't want to know.
Before we started this podcast, they said they wanted to talk about this, and I have stayed away from every story regarding the fate of Carmine because I don't want to know, and that's going to make me know.
I'm going to call it here spoiler. Okay, spoiler. If you don't want to know, skip ahead. But Rod Ferguson has come out to CVG and said that based on the voting when they did the Carmine Carmine lives or kill Carmine shirts, that he will live to see the credits. But see,
I voted the other way.
Exactly. We all know Kona's
wait. He said he will live to see the credits, which means after the credits, there will be a cutscene that shows him getting his ass killed. Thank you, God. I won the vote.
Okay, see, and what's funny is that's what everybody is saying based on his words. Everyone's like, did he choose his words carefully? And that's what he means. Like, yes, he'll live to see the end credits, but then are we going to see, like, after the credits, some sort of horrible fate fall upon him? And that's kind of what everyone's curious about, too.
Just like a giant building just falls on top of him.
Yeah, out of nowhere. He's all like, la la la, and something kills him. And to be honest, I wouldn't. But here's another question, though. They've already said that this is going to be the end of Marcus's and Dom's story as far as this universe goes. Let's be honest. We all know they are not going to stop making Gears of War games.
Take off of this? There's no way. You know what? I would really have any of you read any of the comics or any of the books?
Yes, I've read both of the books and most of the comics. But see, what I'm trying to segue into is, will Carmine take their place in the next game? Will the next game will it revolve around Carmine? Is that a possibility?
I'm thinking they're going to bring a new enemy.
I don't know about a new enemy. I'd actually like to see another side of the story from another group of characters.
You mean like from some of the resistance and stuff like that, you mean?
Yeah, maybe the earlier wars between man versus man, or...
What about
I would love to see that, the Pendulum Wars.
Or what about the Pendulum Wars? Or what about the locusts that are getting pushed out, the Lambent locusts, the ones that are getting affected by the the
emulsion.
The emulsion, they're getting infected and they're getting pushed out from the locust. Well,
don't forget the ones that are infected aren't really capable of real thought. They're kind of just like ravaged, wild beasts.
Well, not the ones you run into in Gears of War 2. And
again, you don't know what's going to happen in the story.
True.
They change that who knows? I can't wait to get a hold of the single player of this game.
Oh yeah.
Well, the co-op. You're going to play 4-player co-op, aren't you, Kona?
And that's the other thing. This game should have had 4-player co-op from the beginning. I mean, let's be honest. When Gears of War 2 came out, there was absolutely no reason that Gears of War 2 didn't fucking have 4-player co-op.
It was still it was still slightly linear.
Well, I still find, they were like artificially keeping Baird and Cole away from you for most of the game.
Exactly, that's my point. They said in the first game it didn't work because of the storyline and how, at points in the game they had to separate from one another. Fine, I get it. you could have easily written the story for the second one to involve all four of them staying together. Because, I mean, there were so few times in the game where all four of you weren't together anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That there was just no reason not to have 4-player co-op. So
You know,
yeah,
I was okay with the way things.
Oh, I was okay with it.
I mean, I understood why people were bitching and complaining about it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand it.
Well,
But
I still think that that Gears of War 2 has one of the best campaigns that I've played in a long
the
time.
Gears of War game, period, has an amazing campaign, and that's what makes it so successful.
yeah, the stories. I mean, I will say this: on the hardest difficulty in Gears 1, the final boss was retardedly too easy to kill.
Which
By
one?
yourself, it's hard, but with a teammate, it's
Yeah,
easier.
but
It's because
Yeah,
Dom's
with a
fucking
teammate,
retarded in the first fucking
Yeah,
game.
General Rom by yourself on anything.
dude, pain in the ass.
What's that?
Pain in the ass trying to beat him by yourself.
Oh
Yeah, by yourself. It was a fucking mission, dude. You know.
It's like,
I mean, that being said, Gears of War is seriously one of the best. I mean, you guys know me. I don't play single player games. I try to stay away from playing by myself because I get bored.
Well, that's why I really like co-op. You know what I mean? I think co-op is a lot of fun with
Gears is
friends.
the only single player that I actually look forward to jumping into the single player realm and actually playing it. I am so looking forward to the way this story ends. It's not even funny, man.
well, it's one of the newer IPs that's been
Wait,
done very well. The
when
Halo IP is getting destroyed. It's just
So that's their own fault. That's their own.
Well, yeah.
It was like Bungie got tired of doing Halo, and Microsoft's like, no, you will do it
Well,
till you
let me
die.
ask Kona a question real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you say you're looking forward to the end, are you saying you're looking forward because you want to see how it ends, or you're just going to be glad that it's done and over with?
I don't want it to be over with. I want to see how it ends.
Because of how good the story is, you mean? Because
Because
it's
how
such a
good the
compelling
story is. And I mean, and I read the comics and I read the books, so I really like this universe.
But also I really wanted to end on the third game, not the franchise itself, but the actual storyline to end on the third game, because every other developer who's ever tried to make a game that lasts just three, have a storyline that lasts 3 games, fails every time. I'm still waiting. It's like I'm waiting for them to announce Mass Effect 4. Oh wait, it's not a trilogy anymore.
Yeah, Mass Effect 3 is going to be stupid crazy good. I didn't play Mass Effect 1. I played Mass Effect 2. And Mass Effect 2 on the PC, seriously, probably one of the best games I think I've ever tried. Really good. I really...
See, I never got into Mass Effect, and I tried. I gave it an honest
I
try.
tried.
College
4
try.
times.
The good college try.
I gave it a good college try. I couldn't get into it.
I couldn't
But to
either.
be fair, I tried the first game first, and everyone did say the second one was much better. But with such a story-based game, how can I jump right into the second without playing the first? I mean, I know it's possible, but I'm the kind of guy that I'd want to know why I'm doing what I'm doing in the second one. You know what I mean?
Here. Yeah, same here.
Oh, but speaking of Mass Effect, did you see that they're finally allowing the gay option now?
Yes.
Which I know we've all been wanting. I mean, let's be
Well,
honest.
No.
That's been the
Wait,
question.
what?
See, I'm okay with gay option, but the thing is that BioWare takes it in a horrible direction. Like in did you ever see that guy in the BioWare's other game,
Dragon Age 2.
Dragon Age 2? Like they made their gay character a sexual predator. Like every second you talk to him, he
Why
comes
did he offer cookies? I mean, what do you mean?
No.
Constantly hitting on the main character
like,
all the time.
He would find you while you're alone and be like, hey, what's going on? Why don't you love a man the way you love a woman? Man can love the man. It's like holy shit! I said no.
So they're promoting this?
Yes.
It's like a promotion?
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's what we've all been waiting for. Thank God.
So what are they What are they trying to grab onto the gay demographic? Or what?
It's funny because they actually claim that people have been complaining that it hasn't been an option before.
I want to meet these people.
Well, now at the same time, they are allowing lesbian as well.
Well, then okay, then you know what? Then I agree with what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean it works both ways. Yeah, if you do play the female character, you can still go a lesbian route. So I mean, it's not just the male homosexual crowd that they're going after. It's equal in both the senses. But it is just funny that they're like, this is a big thing for them. They're like, well, we're finally allowing you to do it. It's like, thank God.
We all know that all female gamers are lesbians.
Mom said you just
They're
pissed
either
off a whole
lesbians or
bunch
they're
of women.
fat, right? Is that what we're saying?
It's so we get so much shit about that right now.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna get a lot of hate mail about that, but it's a known fact.
So much hate mail about that. And you know what's funny is Jeep and Icy are in my stream right now, so they're gonna just tear me apart.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to be relentless about that. That is just too damn funny. But now, speaking of, streaming Modern Warfare and Call of Duty and all that shit, Modern Warfare 3's details got leaked. We all know that already. And it was funny because, I was reading online about how all these people were feeling bad for Infinity Ward that they didn't get to announce this and that this information got leaked. And it's kind of like, is that even fucking important? You know what I mean? It's like,
But
who
it was
cares?
leaked by Call of Duty. I mean, it was leaked by Activision.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It wasn't leaked by some random, guy who got access to it. It was leaked by the publisher.
Yeah. And it's like, everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and it's like,
we don't know if this is true or, who knows what it all is.
Which is funny when they say that because you just go back and you check what channel it was posted on. It's like, this was posted on your channel, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about Call of Duty? I mean, what used to be Infinity Ward, let's face it, is not fucking Infinity Ward anymore. So really, there's rumors are that there's 3 different developers all working together to make this game. You have what's left of Infinity Ward, then you have Raven, who the same team from Raven that made Singularity,
Infinity.
which was actually a pretty cool game, and then the other one, Hammerhead, is that what it is, or Hammer Studios?
I think they're working on their own game. I think it's actually
I
Certain
think
Affinity.
they've been pulled into it. I think they've been. Rumor has it they've been pulled into making this game as well.
Yeah.
Because you're right, they were supposed to be making their own separate Call of Duty game that just existed in the universe and was totally different from the current ones. But I think they've been dragged into it because that was what they were supposed to do before the whole Infinity Ward thing. So
yeah, I think it's supposed to be the future.
Into...
Their future soldier or future warrior or whatever, future warfare was supposed to be theirs.
Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, too, it's like, how bad is this game going to be? I mean, does anyone honestly think that this is going to be a good game?
I think it'll continue the tradition of having a really decent.
You know what? Can I bring it? Can
shooter.
I ask this? Can I ask you this question before you ask that question?
Sure.
Is Black Ops really a good shooter?
No, I think you got to kind of think.
Or does Call of Duty have a really good following?
It does, but my point is, how much can you piss people off before people are just like, okay, all right, I see what's going on here. I'm not hopping on this bandwagon anymore. Which is kind of what I think is starting to happen with Halo. You guys mentioned Halo earlier too, and I think that Halo fans are starting to see that same kind of trend happening when the game gets released year after year. I think they're getting to the point where it's like, okay, let's step back a little and let's go. We're no longer.
I think that's a major overall problem with the video game industry as a whole. Are the developer or the publishers who keep on asking the developers, you have to release one game a year, always one game a year. It's
now it's games have started. Extreme Solitaire.
It's like,
For
hey,
sure,
what
it's
again?
on the stream for Extreme Solitaire. But I mean, yeah, it really is starting to become quantity over quality. You know what I mean? Because let's face it, dollar bill, y'all. The fucking world revolves around money. So I don't think we're getting the same quality games that we used to when it's just being shoveled out year after year. You know what I mean?
All right, but again, has Halo been a quality game since CE?
I think so. I
don't think so.
I'm going to say that Call of Duty has been a quality game since the first game, and I think are all good games. They're not like the best games of all time, but they're good, sturdy, dependable, fun games that everyone could play. Yeah, they can stand on their own. Some will argue that ODST cannot stand on its own, but
ODST should have been an expansion pack.
I do agree with that.
Because it should have been what it was supposed to be. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But the thing is that, and I'm going to say the same with Call of Duty. Part 1 to Part 6 now are all stand-up good games.
I thought the story in Black Ops was incredibly retarded. I'm sorry.
Again, I haven't played the single player. I don't plan on playing the single player.
But see, here's my biggest problem. I was such a Call of Duty 4 fan that the day of my wedding, I was sitting on the couch in my tuxedo an hour before I was supposed to be married playing Call of Duty 4.
Seriously, how the hell did you get married?
Okay. So, but then, they started just changing so much of the multiplayer to where it's like, this isn't the same game anymore. I don't like it. Like, they had a really good, winning recipe, I think, with Call of Duty 4, and they've just been changing it ever since to where it's like, I don't play it anymore.
Too many perks and adding all those kill streaks was the game killer for me.
You know what? On top of that, I'm going to jump over to the Halo side of things. Halo Reach adding their little
perk thing.
They do the same shit.
Trying to be like Call of Duty. I mean, really, come on, guys.
They are guilty of the same shit.
Freaking game.
Yeah, no, I agree. See, but I'm saying Call of Duty 4 was really cool because everybody had the same kill streaks. You were pretty much putting everybody on an almost even playing field and saying, may the best player win. And I don't feel that's the case anymore. Now it's like, may the best dude with the best kill streak combination and this and that and this perk and that perk and, all this win. No longer is it, hey, may the best player win. But that's just my opinion.
Your opinion's wrong.
Fuck you, man.
Nobody likes you.
Obviously. I feel so unloved.
His kids love him.
Well, I mean,
they don't know any better yet. They're not old enough. And who says they're his kids? Oh.
I hate you all.
I think Ant's gonna just go on a fucking.
Now, you know what? It's funny because I keep telling my wife that, because it's like I look at how absolutely cute my kids are, and then I look at how fucking ugly I am, and I'm like, you do realize that somewhere there is another parents of twins that are going, how the fuck did we end up with these ugly ass kids? Like I'm convinced that they switched our kids in the hospital or something, because I keep telling my wife, I was like, I'm telling you, our kids got switched. There is some motherfuckers out there right now going, whose kids are these? They are not ours.
Nice.
So bad.
Yeah, I love my kids. My kids are awesome. So, I mean, do you think that Modern Warfare 3 will be a good online game again?
Yeah, of course it will be.
But do you think it'll be without Infinity War? Because don't forget, Treyarch isn't making this one now either. So, I mean, this is going to be whatever.
Who's the other team? It's Sledgehammer, right?
Well, it's like I said, the rumor has it. Well, I think for the multiplayer, I almost want to say that I think Raven was brought in to do the multiplayer. I think, like I said, the team that made Singularity. I think that they are doing the multiplayer. I know that one of them is doing the multiplayer. To be honest, I can't remember.
Someone has to be doing the multiplayer.
Well, of course, somebody fucking has to be.
And we all know how
Dumbass.
games go when someone does a single player and someone else does the multiplayer.
Oh, yeah.
Medal of Honor.
BioShock. Well, look at BioShock as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what though? I'm going to say this about BioShock. For what the game is, they did okay with the multiplayer. I mean,
But that game didn't even need
a multiplayer.
Yeah, exactly.
It shouldn't have had it, but
the Medal of Honor was a fucking just clusterfuck of a nightmare.
Not even it. You know what? As soon as that beta came out, I said
that beta was so broken.
Balls.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is that it's not broken because it lagged. It wasn't broken because the maps were wrong. It was broken because it was terrible.
It was bad.
It was just bad. Yeah.
Like I remember sending a picture of the scope to Kona. I told Kona what the scope was like for the sniper rifle. He's like, "No fucking way, you're wrong."
Yeah, I thought he seriously, I'm like, you had to have like Photoshop that or some shit.
Well, I ran into a glitch where I had no weapon. Period. So I think I actually recorded that, and I probably need to upload it, where I was actually just running around the entire match with no weapon in my hand at all.
Obviously, they thought that you didn't need a weapon.
I'm that fucking awesome. I don't need a weapon. But yeah, that game was just so horribly broken. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, it should
the single player? Amazing.
Yeah, one of the most amazing single player FPS games I've ever played. What a great fucking game. Yeah, that was an amazing single player game of Medal of Honor. So kudos to them.
I, again, haven't played it.
It is well worth playing. To be honest, it really was one of the best single player experiences ever.
I would suggest letting one of your kids
I'm going to take some shit right now because I have to get this off of my chest. Killzone 3 is one of the best single players I've played in a long time.
I haven't played it, so I can't comment on it.
Having a PS3, it's worth buying.
It's one of those exclusives. It's one of those must buys when you have a PS3, just like the Uncharted series and stuff like that.
My only experience with Killzone.
Well, the Killzone story, awesome.
Well, see, you know, it's funny you say that because, you know, my only experience with Killzone was playing the original one back on the PlayStation 2. And yeah, that's exactly my point. I got like halfway through that game before I was just like, this is boring as shit.
Well, dude, Killzone 2 sucked. I mean, seriously, the multiplayer, I wanted to shoot myself. It was just so bad. The multiplayer in Killzone 3 is so much better. It's actually, I enjoy playing it. And again, I am not a single player guy, so me saying a single player is good, it's good. It's worth.
It keeps you entertained. You don't get bored.
Yeah, I don't get bored. I couldn't wait to get back to playing.
Yeah, that's what.
And that's how Medal of Honor was. That's exactly
Yes.
how Medal of Honor was. Medal of Honor was extremely entertaining, had an amazing story, and really made you feel connected to the characters in it. And it was one of the few single player games that when it ended, I was like, wow, that was cool. You know, I honestly sat back and went, what a great fucking game that was. And I was absolutely thrilled that I played it.
Oh, by the way, I have to ask you to edit that out that I said anything good about the PlayStation.
That was off the record.
That's off the record. You can't quote me on that.
I have an image to uphold.
Exactly. And speaking of, you know, more shooting games coming out, there is one more that I really want to play, if and when it ever fucking comes out, because it keeps getting delayed. Fear 3. I'm really looking forward.
Dude, I got to check that out at PAX East. Oh my God.
Well, Fear has always been a solid game.
I always enjoyed it on the PC.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's such a cool story. The multiplayer plays so well.
It does.
It doesn't get the respect that I think it deserves in the industry.
And it's funny because when the first game came out, it got a lot of notice because of how groundbreaking it was when that first game came out. Yeah, on the PC, looked absolutely amazing.
Game, dude. Yeah,
and what's really cool about Fear 3 that I'm really looking forward to, because as you mentioned, the story is cool. I can't wait to do the co-op in Fear 3 where the second player actually gets to play as Paxton Fettel from the first game.
I saw that, man. That looks really cool.
And the way he plays by taking over people's bodies and making them, you know, do whatever he wants or commit suicide is just awesome. You know, the way he's able to just jump into people's bodies like that looks like a lot of fun. But aside from that, you know, as you mentioned, that game doesn't get any real credit when it comes to like its multiplayer and stuff, but they have a new multiplayer mode that they're introducing with Fear 3, aptly named Fucking Run. And that is the actual name of the game mode.
So I'm guessing the game has a mature rating. I'm just saying, dude.
It's actually called Fucking Run, and the best way to describe it is it's a 4-player co-op scenario where you're trying to get from point A to point B, and there's numerous enemies you have to take out along the way, but the entire time you're doing it, there's a giant wall of death constantly coming at you that you have to avoid. If any one of the 4 of you touch that wall, it's game over. And it looks really cool. So, you know, not only are you working together to just stay alive and kill the enemies, you've got to constantly worry about that wall of death chasing you as well. So it kind of looks like Left 4 Dead with a giant wall of death following you.
That's awesome.
It does actually look really cool, and that really does look like it's going to add a really extra element of tension to the game that, you know, wouldn't normally be there. And I am really excited about playing that if and when it ever does finally stop getting delayed. I plan on playing it.
That's sad.
That's definitely going to be on my must play list when it launches. So that's going to be a cool game. But the decision's going to be Xbox or PC.
This is true, yeah. Because you know it's going to look amazing on the PC.
Are you talking about Battlefield 3?
No,
we're talking about Fear 3.
Fear 3.
Jesus, follow along. Where have you been?
I was like playing stacks or something like that.
Jesus.
So,
But actually, it's funny that you bring that up. As far as Battlefield 3 goes, that, of course, is day one for me as well.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I can't wait to fucking get that.
That's solid PC for me. Sorry.
I'm going to get both, but I'll probably be playing on Xbox more.
Well, the game's being built for PC and then ported to Xbox, and you know how the Battlefield games have been in the past that have been ported? I'm not looking forward to that whatsoever.
I think it's going to be really cool.
Battlefield games that are made for the PC and then ported to the systems are horrible. Battlefield Bad Company 2 was a console game that was built for both sides.
What Battlefield game were you talking about that was ported over to the consoles?
Well, the original Battlefield Bad Company games, the Battlefield games that hit the original Xbox, and then the first one that hit Xbox were ports. They weren't originally made for console, and I just felt that they played like complete garbage.
Are you talking about Battlefield 2 Modern Combat?
Yeah.
Those are specifically made for consoles.
Yeah, but the controls were terrible.
The
Left trigger to
controls,
scroll,
yeah.
I thought they based them off of the Battlefield 2 game and said, "Oh, we can do this."
The Battlefield 1 game. They based it off the Battlefield 1 game.
Yeah, they were horrible. They were absolutely horrible. Absolutely
yeah, they were bad.
But you know what's cool is they finally released the artist rendition. Like Bio and Death and I were talking about this the other day. They released the artist rendition of the famous Wake Island map that has been famous in most of the Battlefield games. And man, does it look totally different now from what we've seen in the Battlefield games.
Can you tell?
See, that's the thing. I think it looks good different. I think that Ian in Bio thought the other way. Is that correct or no?
I think it looks awesome. Now the thing is that I think that in the picture that you showed that it shows, it looks like it's barren. And there's like one building in the whole fucking map.
There's more than one building.
I mean,
but yeah, okay. See, that is what we were talking about. Yeah, you thought that it looked very barren and that it would just be kind of left open. And I think what they were trying to show with that picture is that it's very war torn by this point now, because we see a lot of already. And this is just an artist rendition, so who knows how much it represents the final product.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were right. That artist rendition did look very barren. But it's like, I have enough faith in DICE to know that they can't just throw everybody out onto a big, giant, plain, flat field and say, here, have at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just not DICE's style. So I have confidence in them that while that is just an artist rendition, that it's loosely based on what we will see in the final phase of it, I hope, anyway.
You know what PC game I really want to play that that came out a while back ago was that Messiah game. Where
Never heard of it.
You're like baby Jesus, and you're
shut up, really?
Yeah. And you're trapped in you're trapped in like this underground lab that's been doing experiments on you, and you escape by like infecting people and using them to kill other people. It's really
that doesn't sound like the baby Jesus I know. I'm just saying. The hell are you talking about?
It's called Messiah. Like the reviews weren't that good at the time, but still.
Really? No way. Really?
I don't believe you. I don't understand why that game did not get good reviews. I really hope the guy who wrote the story for that game got fired.
Talking about, it's funny you bring up obscure games. Makes me wonder. There's been a couple games that were announced this year that have just completely and totally fallen off the fucking map. Like, for instance, what happened to Spec Ops The Line? Don't forget there was like a closed beta that came out for that months ago, and then we haven't heard a word about that game since. And whatever happened to Body Count, which was being headed up by Black before he left?
Yeah, the guy did Black, yeah.
Yeah, Black left, and then after Black left...
Out of all the games that I played on the original Xbox, that is the one game I wanted to be redone in HD graphics for the Xbox.
I actually went out and had to buy that game again. I went on eBay.
I have it from my original Xbox downstairs.
Yeah,
didn't they release it for the PC though?
I don't remember.
I don't think they did.
But yeah, I actually bought Black for the original Xbox again a few months ago on eBay. I had to have another copy of it.
Dude,
but what happened to those games? I'm curious if we'll see anything coming up at E3, which is around the corner. Because like I said, Spec Ops had that closed beta. And so it just totally disappeared after that closed beta. Like, we haven't heard a single spec about Spec Ops The Line. And the same thing with Body Count. Like, Body Count was originally just flowing information for a while.
Every time you say that, I think of Ice-T. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. You can't say that without thinking about it.
I'm part of the Final Level Twitter group.
Word.
So am I, dude.
Yeah. Actually, and another thing, speaking of E3, there has been one game announced, call me a fucking dork, that I'm actually really interested in, and that's Sniper 2. City came out and said, dude, screw you, Sniper was actually a really cool game.
You just like slow motion headshots.
Boring.
Yes. Oh my god, the slow motion headshots were so awesome.
All right, so you know what? I'm gonna stop you on games you're looking forward to, because I got a question in the stream regarding Brink and what you guys think of it.
I haven't played it.
I think it is a total fucking snorefest. But see, the thing is, I've been bored with that game since we were showing it, over a year ago. I have never been excited for Brink, and I kind of feel bad for people only because, the very first teaser we ever saw for Brink involved, showing us that guy's eye and the blood coming down his face, and he had this really in-depth speech about how this wasn't paradise for everybody. And you're left leaving that trailer thinking, wow, dude, this game must be really deep. This game must have a really intense story behind it. And then it comes out that there's absolutely no fucking story whatsoever. It's a multiplayer-only fucking game, and it's got the most trite, the government are the bad guys, you're the good guys, overthrow the government storyline ever. And I kind of feel like that almost cheated in the sense that when I first saw that teaser, I was like, wow, you know what? This game must have a really deep meaning behind it and a really good storyline. And then the more I saw of it, the less interested I was.
And all I gotta say to you is the cake is a lie.
The fucking cake is awesome, dude. There was a cake at the end of the game. Ian and I talked about that in the last podcast.
Was there a cake?
There was a cake. The very end, after you watch the credits and everything, there was a cake at the end.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there is.
There was absolutely a cake.
I didn't know that. Okay,
Absolutely.
you just ruined the whole. You know what? You just ruined the whole game for me. Now I don't have to play it. All right, here's my deal. Okay, I had the Xbox version. It was horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
I wanted to stab myself in the eye with my microphone. It was so bad. The PC version of it, it's playable. It's not like groundbreaking. I mean, I could play TF2 and get the same enjoyment out of it. But it's okay. The lag is so freaking
See, and I think that was the
bad.
problem with Brink was, they kept advertising it as, this game that would really change the way we play first-person shooters because of that whole parkour element. But when I watch people play it, that parkour element is absolutely no different than just how you normally jump in an FPS game, except this time you see your hand in front of your face. And that's about the extent of the parkour having an effect on the game. Like, I've been watching people play it
Didn't we have
nonstop.
a game that came out already that was all about that movement?
Mirror's Edge.
We did, but you weren't able to shoot people in the fucking face. That was the difference.
well,
You
yeah,
could.
No. I played that again as a non-pacifist. I was blowing people away constantly.
There you go.
Just go steal their shotgun and blow someone's face. I mean, of course, there's no multiplayer.
Yeah. No, but I was bored with Brink for a long time before it came out. And then when it did finally came out, it absolutely, justified how I thought about the game.
But it's funny. There's a lot of Brink apologists out there. It's kind of funny to say something like that.
No.
Like,
What do you mean?
Like people who are like, it's not bad. It's the people who are hyped for it.
Cruennes is one of them.
Yeah.
And
What does he think of the
make
game now
constant
that it's out?
excuses
He
for
plays it all the time.
I've watched numerous people play it, and I am bored to fuck watching them play it. Because it really doesn't bring... And you know what really kills it for me, and I'm sorry, it's the character models. The
My
artwork.
whole thing about Brink's multiplayer is
that
that,
whole
it's well, of course, the Team Fortress style, but no, the whole thing about how, you said this earlier, how they're all about, let's bring parkour into a first-person shooter, multiplayer shooter, parkour,
Right.
awesome, and then let's make game types where you have to stay somewhere.
Yeah. And that was the other thing that I felt really cheated, because you remember that the other
So
trailer...
it's about camping? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Don't forget, they made that really cool trailer where it kept showing you one dude would kill another dude, and then he would get killed, and he would get killed, and he would get killed. And, it was just this non-stop, fluid, moving trailer where it was just one dude would kill someone, he thinks he was safe, someone would sneak up and kill him, and that just continued throughout that whole trailer until you, again... making you think there was some sort of in-depth storyline here. You see the last guy step out, he pulls off his mask, he stands in the sunlight, and he overlooks the city and takes a deep breath, and he's contemplating something, like really deep thought. It's like,
You know
wow.
the reason why they can't do any storyline with that, right?
Because they can't write a story?
No, because you can't have an end game. They can't have an end game. If you have an end game, then the multiplayer ends, and then you're kind of like, do we just restart? And it would make it where people couldn't join in the middle of a.
You know what though? I'm gonna disagree with you slightly, because there's so many good games that have done multiplayer only, and didn't need to worry about having an end game in a single player that are still phenomenal games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that Brink is definitely not one of them.
All right, here it is, guys. To the people in the stream and the people that are going to listen to us, Brink sucks.
It does. That's my final opinion. It really does. It brings absolutely nothing to the FPS genre that we haven't already seen before.
And
Yes.
I got something to tell you. Extreme, extreme, extreme! Okay.
I'm telling you, you should move on to Extreme Tetris right now, if you haven't already.
I don't have Tetris.
Oh, you gotta get Tetris and stream that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that just for you. I'm gonna download an emulator, and that's all I'm gonna do. That I'm gonna play the original Atari Pitfall on my PC.
There you go.
Play is one of my favorite games of all time. But so speaking of shitty single players, well, I mean, just speaking of shitty games, we need to talk about Duke Nukem.
Oh, you sure you want to go there? Because the last time Ian and I had anything bad to say about a Duke Nukem game, it did not go over too well.
Oh yeah. Oh, Project Manhattan or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Well,
we actually had the creator of Duke Nukem start flaming us on Twitter when we had something bad to say about that.
I love when people flame me because I want him to prove me wrong. I want to see this. I want to see him prove.
You know what? Okay, here's my thoughts on Duke Nukem.
Of all games.
See, I am still a Duke Nukem fan. I am glad this game is coming out, but here's my biggest qualm with it. It absolutely shows its age in every way possible, and I almost feel that it's just not a $60 game.
But all I'm going to say to you is, hello, it's been in production for 30 fucking years.
That's my point. My point is that I don't like it as a $60 game. I like it as like a $40 game. You know what I mean?
I think it is. They should just give it away as freeware because that's pretty much where it's going to end up. Argument at freaking GameStop. And yeah, I said that. And for the record, this is Kona talking. I mean, seriously.
Kona loves hate mail.
First off, okay? The original Duke Nukem, hey, whatever, groundbreaking. You know what? No, it wasn't. You know what? I could have taken any piece of shit game and put hookers and bad.
I don't know if anyone would necessarily call it groundbreaking.
There were so many games that came out at that time as a game.
There was a Chex game that came out off the Wolfenstein engine that was just as good as fucking Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem is only popular because of its original game being so risque. That's it. Done. Quality game? No way. No way.
Yeah.
This is the, and I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot here because of Epic, are friends of mine. This is the
Epic?
Bulletstorm.
Don't forget, Epic has nothing to do with the new Duke Nukem game.
No. But Duke Nukem is Bulletstorm. It's an overhyped piece of shit.
Wow.
Okay, my biggest problem with Bulletstorm at the end of the day was it was very forgettable. That's kind of how I felt about it.
It means it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
If you can't remember a game, I'm sorry. There's no. It's a piece.
It was. But halfway through, when I finally got a really good grip on that whip and had it fairly upgraded, it just wasn't even a game anymore at that point. It was just a massacre.
It was just a bunch of dick jokes.
It was just a massacre.
And for the record, for the people listening, instead of playing the original Duke Nukem, which is supposed to be like the be-all, end-all of all games according to the Duke Nukem fans, I'm playing Solitaire.
Actually, I think we should all hop on Duke Nukem 3D and play that in co-op.
You're on crack.
I don't own Duke Nukem 3D, so that's not going to
waste
happen.
money on Duke Nukem 3D.
Duke Nukem 3D was a good game.
Yeah, I liked it.
I'll link to this podcast directly to the guy that is doing Duke Nukem.
What's his name?
George Massard.
Yes, that's it. Yes. Oh, he would love that actually if we did that.
All right, for the record, Duke Nukem is so far off my radar. I have no idea the name of the guy you just said to me. I have no clue who the fuck he is.
He's the guy who kept on delaying Duke Nukem forever.
Oh, that douche.
Yeah,
that douche.
He actually took a fan, like a guy actually. I think Randy Pitchford, the guy who owns Gearbox. Like I think he first worked at Apogee Games with George Massard on Duke Nukem, and it took him. He was the one who had to fucking bring it back.
Yep.
Because he actually has he can actually develop a goddamn game and run a fucking studio.
Yep.
That not into the ground.
Wow, you are going to get so much hate mail for what you just said.
I'm saying, oh shit.
You deserve whatever hate mail you get. I'm used to it. I get hate mail all the time. I love it, man. Like I said, bad publicity is good publicity. Go ahead and flame me, man. You know how many people are going to listen to me talking about how shitty your game is? Do it, dude. Do it. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, there you go. No, but like I said, as far as Duke Nukem goes, yes, I am excited only because I'm a fanboy. But do I have a lot of high hopes for it? Not at all.
You know what? My next question for you is: are you going to pay $60 for the piece of shit that is Duke Nukem?
I probably will, just to play it. Yeah. Although I should.
Gamer's going to give me. Most of my hate mail is going to be from Gamer.
Brendan will personally send you hate mail.
Oh, yeah, he's going to totally brag we've had this.
We need to change the name of this podcast to the Haters Podcast.
No,
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. That's not true. Like I said, we don't hate everything. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to Fear 3. Gears of War 3 absolutely will be a good game. But I just call it as I see it. Bulletstorm was very fucking forgettable. It had a lot of lapses.
All right, Bulletstorm sold a shit ton of copies because you could play Gears of War 3 beta.
Early. Yeah.
Exactly.
As much as I hated not
Crackdown.
What's
Crackdown?
Yeah, Crackdown,
it was
yeah.
still at least a decent game.
Yeah. But yeah, no, absolutely, Bulletstorm sold. And it's funny, too, because maybe I'm wrong. I guess I am wrong, that I was under the impression, I guess as were a lot of people, that the only way to get into the beta was to get Bulletstorm.
No, you send a picture of your titties or underwear on your head to Cliffy B.
Yeah, well, who did that? I saw that, a whole bunch of people doing
Seriously, go to the website and go to the gallery, and I actually have a dumbass gallery of the pictures and images of these idiots sending pictures to Cliffy B for his, hey, I'll give you a first one to send me a picture of their mom's underwear on their head, and I'm a loser written on their forehead in marker will win a beta code. Seriously. Kids, the game isn't that good. Sorry. As much as I love Gears, I'm not
You know
gonna
what?
put
When I played the
melon.
Gears of War 3 beta, it instantly reminded me why I don't play Gears of War competitive multiplayer anymore.
I saw
That's all
your tweet about that or your Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Because it's not tactical anymore. It's all a matter of bounce, shotgun, bounce, shotgun, bounce, shotgun, melee, shotgun. When
Gears of War, what are you talking about? Why are you ripping on my
when Gears of War 1 first came out, it was not like that, dude.
Well, it did after the 7th million patch.
Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. But when it first came out, it was played like a tactical game. It's like, I see you over there, you see me over here, we're going to engage each other from a distance and see who wins.
It was like, as my boy Crew put it, it's a chess game. It was a chess game.
Yes, it was absolutely a chess game.
It took the teamwork and it took knowing what the hell you were going to do next to actually win it. And
that's exactly
I can see where that doesn't come into play anymore. I understand it.
It absolutely doesn't come into play anymore at all. Now it's all, and dude, when I played the beta, thank God I have my 7.1 surround sound headset. 99% of the kills I got playing the beta were from me hearing some jackass running up behind me to blast me with a shotgun. And me turning around and blasting him with the last second.
Yeah, sawed off. That's the only thing that's ever killed me in that game was the sawed off shotgun.
So, like I said, 99% of my kills.
Noob weapons, that's all I'm saying.
Well, that's, here's my problem. That's the last thing that fucking game needed was more one-hit kill weapons. Because not only do they have sawed off, they have the one-shot kill gun, which its name is one-shot kill. It's like, that's
that gun is retarded. I will agree. But again, when it comes to, obviously, with what we do as public matches, it's retarded. But when it comes to, hopefully, any kind of competitive gameplay, none of those weapons will be in the game.
You hope,
and also that is true about the whole, that when you say competitive, it is true about competitive gaming that you want fast-paced gaming, and the old ways of Gears of War is slow. And people can't watch.
The original Gears multiplayer is awesome.
I know, but it's not watchable. Like you really can't watch.
No, it's boring, dude. It's so boring to watch.
And I think that's the main thing.
I hate to say this, but all Gears of War games are boring to watch.
But you stream Gears of War games.
I do, because I like it. But you notice that my viewers drop considerably when I put in a Gears of War game?
Yeah.
Because it's boring to watch, dude.
It is.
I always assume that it's just you have so many viewers that are just so anti anything other than Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, yeah. They just come in and they're like, this is a Call of Duty. Rage!
Yeah.
Where is my Call of Duty?
That still bothers me so much. That it's like Call of Duty or nothing. It's like, guys, there's other games than just Call of Duty.
You
Not
shut
in
your
my
mouth.
eyes.
Yeah, you know what? When I see you, I'm gonna punch you in the jaw.
I'm gonna
Nothing
punch you
else
in the
but Call
dick.
of Duty. What's wrong with you?
So, Kona, if you do go to E3, make sure you try to score me a free copy of Sniper 2 when it comes out. Tell them that they have at least one fan, and I would very much like to play it when it comes out.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea who even makes that fucking game. I don't even know who I'm supposed to talk to get you a copy of the game.
I'm sure you'll find like a poster in the back, like dark corner of the.
See, I'm going to be the odd man out and say that I am really looking forward to that game. I really enjoyed the first one. All right, well, we've been yapping for over a fucking hour now at this point.
So I think we're good to go.
I think we're good to go. I definitely want to say thanks to everyone who actually listens to us and enjoys what we have to yap about, because that's pretty much all we do really is bicker back and forth and hate on games.
Man,
Bunch of
like
haters.
Yeah, we're like a bunch of men that bitch about the weather.
That's it. You know what? From the balcony. That's what we should call ourselves. Like we're like the
From
two
the
old
balcony. There you go, like two old guys from the Muppets.
From the Muppets. Just from the balcony. That's how we should review games. From the balcony.
We need those two guys on the front. That's all we need.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Before we stop recording, I got one more thing to say, and that is
extreme Tetris.
Just extreme. Everybody have a good time.
Take it easy, you guys. Kona is a walking advertisement for Summer's Eve. Shut the fuck up. That's how much of a douchebag he is.